G'day and welcome back to Buildsum. And in this video, I'm going to have a quick look at a thing called effective cover, and then I'm going to talk more about how we convert or how we work out how many linear meters of a product we would actually need to cover a square meter. Now, quite often when we work out estimating or working out estimates on materials, we work things like walls and floors out in square meters. But some of the products we're actually going to use, like floorboards, which you can see here, a couple of types of weatherboards, and even decking, they come, or you buy them from the hardware store in linear meters. So we need to know how to work out how many linear meters of product would cover a square meter of floor or wall. Okay, so the first thing that we need to understand is effective cover. So we'll go back to our floorboard. And say you brought a 70mm by 19 or 20mm floorboard. Okay, so you can see it's 70mm from the outside of the tongue to the outside of the groove here. However, that would only, when we put our next board in, that board, this one here, is only actually covering 65mm. So it has what we call an effective cover of 65mm. And obviously, different width boards are going to have different effective covers. And similar with our different types of weatherboard. So here's a weatherboard, which is 200mm overall, but in this case, it only has an effective cover of 190mm, because when we butt this board in, it's only going to overlap that much. And our other types, so that's a milled type weatherboard. If you go to the flat boards, so this one's 230 mil long. When we do our lap, and in other videos I've shown you how to work out the lap, but in this case when we do the lap we have 200 mil left, which is our effective cover. And so they're all good because those ones we're actually deducting or taking a bit off the actual length of the board. But also think about decking. So this board, our decking board, is 70mm, but when we put it in, we normally leave a gap, on average around 10mm. So this 70mm board actually has an effective cover of 80mm when we go to work it out. So let's just work out the gap as well. So that's effective cover. It's the actual width or the actual distance that the board is covering on the wall, not necessarily the actual width of the board. So we need to know that so we can work out how many boards there are in a square meter. So let's have a look at a square meter. So this is meter long, meter wide, and we had, so to work out our meters per square meter, we basically take 1, which is the meter, and we divide it by the effective cover. So for our first scenario, our flooring boards, 1 meter divided by 65mm, or 0.065 millimeters, or meters, sorry, gives us 15.380. So that's 15 boards going up that wall. And each one of those boards, if we made each one of those boards a meter long, that would give us 15.380 meters of floorboard to cover that square meter of floor. So similarly with our weatherboards, right, our first weatherboard was 190mm wide effective cover. So 1 meter divided by 190mm gives us 5.263. And you can see there I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's our 0.263. So that's 5.263 meters of weatherboard per square meter of wall. Our other weatherboard, our clapboard, so that was 200, had an effective cover of 200mm. So 1 meter divided by 200 gave us 5, and then you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our decking was 80mm, effective cover 80mm because of the gap between our 70mm board. So 1 metre divided by 80 gave us 12.5 boards, all a metre long, so it gives us 12.5 metres of decking board per square metre of wall. So there you go. I hope that gives you a little bit of an understanding of effective cover and how to work out how many metres of board we would need to cover a square metre of wall, which will then help you to work out the total amount of material that you would need for your job, your floor, or your wall. G'day, I'm back. Just to let you know that if you like this video, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can follow me on Facebook so you don't miss out on more great videos.